hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where you are, yeah, guys, it's a big one today, yeah, it's a big one, yeah. I know there's lots of other shows going on right now, today I had a very rough time at work, had to come back and, get things sorted out because I'm expecting this great guy. Yeah, man, this guy we've done a show before. It was a in fact, throughout
Mm.
this year, yeah, I think the show I did with my guest that I have today was one of my best because I like his genuinity when he's talking. I like how he gives his point, and I just see the same kind of person, in me, with him, and it's just great. And we both love Arsenal Football Club, and this guy is always on the grind. Always see this guy works hard on his channel, man. So see, yeah, guys, yeah, any success, yeah, you see with this guy it is as a result of his hard work because I see the amount of work he puts on his channel, man. Guys, welcome to the channel again. Yeah. TrueGooner, Josh is in the house. He gets a po. You welcome to the house, Josh, my brother. You welcome to the show. TrueGooner in the house. How you doing, Josh, man? Talk to these people, man.
Yes, Tony, mate, absolute pleasure to be back on here. And yeah, it's very, very good to be back. Thank you so much for the kind words as well, man. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, mate, I could say the same. I think the show we did last time, one of the best I've been on, just the way how you host it, some of the questions, some very hot, fiery questions as well in there. So I really
Exactly,
enjoyed it,
man.
man. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So yeah, thank you so much for the invite once again. Big up
yeah,
Tony, big up his chat as well, and very happy to be here, man. And
yeah,
yeah,
man.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good. Jordan Heyman. Jordan Heyman, where are you, man? See, Liverpool fans, yeah. December. December. See, Jordan Heyman, the time is near. It's time for you Liverpool fans, yeah, to pay. See, it's time to pay the tax, yeah? We'll be coming to Anfield. Jordan Heyman, we have to have a show. Big up to you, Jordan Heyman, Liverpool fan in the house. That's our brother. Big up to you. He says, "Hey Tony, brother, how you doing, Jordan?" He says, "Hey Josh, bro."
Jordan,
Exactly,
big up,
man.
man.
Just our bro. The Assembled is down here. The Assembled. See, I have Josh down here, man. You have to cook up those hot questions, yeah, in the chat, yeah, and throw to this guy, yeah, because there is no question this guy doesn't have a maneuver. Yeah, he could maneuver anything. Trust me, this guy is the biggest maneuverer. Yeah, he can maneuver any question you bring to him. See, yeah, Josh, you're sitting on the hot seat. This is real talk, yeah, and real talk will make it fiery. It's hard hitting questions. Yeah, I'll just
Yeah,
launch you with the first one. Yeah,
yeah. Let's go, bro.
Kai Havertz. See, we will get back, yeah, into the Champions League, the exploits in the Champions League, what we did there in the Champions League, yeah. That's a different topic. But I want to first start with the one, yeah, that I don't know. I don't want to put it in a different way, but it, it's a divisive factor, yeah, in this football club right now, whether we like it or not. Because what everyone is talking about right now is the inclusion of Kai Havertz in our first 11. What is Kai Havertz doing down there? How did he make up his way down there? How did this guy get from both games in the international circle for Germany, scoring a goal, getting a handball, causing a penalty for Germany, coming back, scoring back to back goals, one against Burnley, comes back again, proves the doubters wrong again. See, I've been one of his doubters. I doubt this guy. I've criticized this guy. I've given this
Yeah.
guy hell on this channel. Comes back again after that, yeah, scores a goal in the Champions League. See, where is your stand with Kai Havertz? The last time you came to the show, I don't want to pull the receipts out here, man, but you had some choice words, yeah, to say about Kai Havertz. I don't want to, take your mind back there to what you said, but what is your stand with Kai Havertz? His function in the team right now, and how do you
Mm.
see him? Has he managed to change your mind? I'm sorry, there's a whole spectrum of a whole different question rolled up into a ball to you. So just take your time, expatiate on it, and just let us know what you think about Kai Havertz right now in the team.
Yeah. Once again, it's a very controversial topic and a very controversial player in our fan base, right?
Mm,
But no, my stance hasn't changed from what I said before.
mm,
I've been one of his doubters as well. I never wanted. I mean, I was baffled with why we signed him. I was baffled on why we paid that much money to sign
mm.
a guy who I've seen 3 years in the Premier League playing
Yeah.
for Chelsea to suggest that he's not good enough. But I'm one of those who's fair with it, right, Tony? I will give credit where credit's due when when they deserve it, and I also give
Mm,
criticism when it's due as well because I'm very fair. So
mm.
Kai Havertz, right? Obviously, international break. I think Nagelsmann put in left back as well. By the way, obviously scored. He actually scored in the first game, and then as you said, he gave away a penalty, didn't he, as well?
Mm,
So a very hit and miss international break for Kai Havertz. Now talking about
mm.
when he comes back to Arsenal, right? He was benched for the Brentford game, rightly so, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Um, and 10 minutes left, and let's not kid ourselves here. That Brentford game was awful,
It
performance-wise from
was
Arsenal.
awful, man. It
It
was
was yeah,
awful,
it
man.
was horrendous, man. And Kai Havertz comes on and saves the day pretty much, and gets us a very crucial 3 points in my opinion. So fair play for him.
See, Josh, don't stutter when you're talking about that crucial. It was a crucial one. Don't
Yeah,
stutter in that. It
no,
was a
yeah, no,
crucial. Oh,
it was
we
it
needed
was
it.
a,
Yeah, we needed
yeah,
a get out of jail card at the time, and he did it. I'm sorry to say, but he did it.
he did it, and fair play to him for that. And obviously the game, Champions League, he actually got his start, which he has been starting in most Champions League games, hasn't he? As like the left centre mid position, which I've been a big critic. I've been a very big critic of him playing there because I don't think that's his right position. But fair play, Havertz, because I thought he was absolutely superb against Lens. In my opinion, I think obviously getting the goal, just his movement in the Lens game, he looks a lot more sharper. He looks a lot more full of confidence. I thought in the Lens game, and yeah, he actually played very, very well. So fair play, Havertz, against Lens. So that's 2 games, right, Tony? So
Yeah.
no, he's not changed my mind. All I ask for
Okay.
this player is consistency. All right, this is
Mm,
2 games now where he has turned up. Fair play, but let's give it a bit of time. Let's see
mm.
if he keeps it consistent. Then I'll honestly hold my hands up and say I got it wrong. I can sit there and say I
Yeah.
got it wrong.
Yeah.
Edu
So
proved
you're
it
gonna.
all
So
wrong.
you. So see, Josh. So you are ready to be shameless about it. Are you ready to be shameless about it?
I mean, look, as I said,
Are you ready?
I mean,
No,
I mean,
I'm just getting somewhere. Are you ready? If Kai Havertz consistently, yeah,
no, but I actually wanted to prove
puts
you
up
wrong.
a performance, are you going to be shameless about it and say, "Hey, I got it wrong. He's a
Yeah,
good player." I want to hear it from you.
I listen. If listen, Kai Havertz, right? If he keeps it consistent for the
Mm,
whole of this season, and it results in Arsenal winning, trophies at the end of it, and he's a big
mm,
part of that, right? Then I will
mm.
promise you, I'll make a full video, Tony, on my own channel. Say, Kai Havertz, I'm sorry, I got it wrong about
I'm
you.
sorry. Okay.
And I want that to happen, of course. I want it to happen because we spent 65 million on this guy, Tony. And I said before, there's so many better players out there who we could have got for much cheaper as well. If people want to ban about money, yeah. Madison could
Mm,
have got 40 million, would have been perfect for us.
mm,
James Madison
mm,
would have been the
mm,
perfect player. So look, as I said, credit where credit shoes to Havertz recently, but no, he's still not
mm.
changed my mind, Tony. He still needs to
Yeah.
rock. He needs to keep
Mm,
it consistent. And I do believe Arteta will keep playing him because I was watching his press conference today,
he's
and
Arteta's guy. Come on,
he
Arteta
is
would always
Arteta's
put
guy.
it.
He's the guy who he wanted. He was Arsenal's first choice as well. So please have us prove us wrong, man. Prove us wrong. That's
Mm.
that's all I can ask.
Prove us
But
wrong. Prove us wrong.
yeah,
Prove us wrong. See, yeah, guys in the charts, yeah. See, my people have started showing up in the charts, yeah. The assembled is still down here. He has a question. He has a statement down here. Josh is going to answer that question down here. DJ Crane, he gets a po. DJ Crane. See, me and this guy, yeah, we have different run-ins, yeah. DJ Crane, he doesn't want me to shout out Kai Havertz, yeah. But see, DJ Crane, yeah, I know you're my guy. Yeah, you my guy. Yeah. And see, secondly, yeah, I'm a fair guy. if this guy puts up goals, that's what I want in the first place. If he puts up goals and a performance, even if I think he's still shit, I'm still gonna hail him. So see, I'm shameless. Yeah, if when the dog scores me a goal for Arsenal, I will jump and I will celebrate. That's how shameless I am. The end game is Arsenal winning a trophy this season. That's what I want. That's what Josh wants, and that's what many Arsenal fans want at the end of the season to say we are champions. That's what I want. So I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, what sacrifice. I don't care the players that get me to that point. What I do care about is that Arsenal is going to win a trophy. Josh, am I speaking nonsense?
No, bro, you're speaking facts as always, Tony. Straight facts, man. As always,
Because
bro.
the end game is to win trophies. Last time I checked, the the
Mm,
end game is to win trophies. I have no allegiance to these players. The only substance I have allegiance to is the football club at large, and that's why I want anyone who's going to score for me, anyone who's going to put up a big performance wearing the Arsenal shirt is the one I'm going to herald. And see, because we've not finished. Shout out to Andrew Bell, yeah, 11 months a member of this channel. Big up to
yeah.
you, Andrew Bell, man. Shout out to you. Keeping it real, Chelsea is down here with us. Keeping it real. I'll be having a watch along with our guy Wolfang Division on Sunday. I hope you'll be down there with us. Did Ukrainians down here with us? Yes, everybody's still down here with us. See, yeah, Josh, we are still in this Kai Havertz talk altogether. Yeah,
Mm,
I sampled different opinions from lots of Arsenal fans. Yeah, from our fan base. Many of them, even after the goals this guy have scored, yeah, I mean the two goals he scored recently,
mm.
and then and then when I asked them, hey, what's up with this Kai Havertz? Where are you guys in this spectrum, in this question about this guy? Many of them are saying, hey, he has to score, he has to score lots of goals, yeah,
Mm.
to justify that 65 million pounds. Now, this is the question I have for you, Josh. If Kai Havertz judgment will be based on the goals he scores, where does he play for Arsenal Football Club? He plays as a left centre mid in this
Yeah.
football club. What is the expectation? Try and capture where I'm coming from. If Arsenal fans are saying he has to score more goals for us, he definitely has to put in goals. I'm not hearing performances. I'm hearing goals. That's what
Yeah.
I've heard from a cross section of people. Now, is this guy our number nine? The answer is no. He's not our number nine.
No.
Actually, Trossard have been our number nine
Yeah.
throughout the season. Gabriel Jesus has been our number nine. If you want to even go into more incendiary spaces, Eddie Nketiah has been our number nine this season also. So we have three players who have actually occupied that number nine slot. Kai Havertz is not our striker. So what is this pressure on Kai Havertz to score goals? Even if he did put up goals in recent matches, why why should we base his importance to the team in scoring goals rather than putting up a performance?
Yeah, no, that's very, very good question indeed. I think there's two sides to look at it, right? I think when we signed Kai Havertz, did
Mm,
anyone really expect Sunset to put him in left centre mid?
no,
Because no,
no.
because let's be honest, not many people did. But it's Arteta's decision. He's putting left centre mid, and we can all have our opinions where we think his best position is. That is definitely not his best position, in my opinion. But when
Mm,
you put it like that, and you say, you know, does he the goals to live up to the 65 million? But
mm,
then I can throw it back to and I'm not comparing these two. Yeah, one's astronomically clear than Kai Havertz, but the guy who plays next to Declan Rice, right?
mm.
Doesn't score many goals, but you've seen that he's already justified his price tag just with the
Exactly.
performances and the consistency
Mm,
he's been showing. Every
yeah.
single game, he puts in a superb performance,
Mm,
right? And that justifies the price tag for me. So
true.
if you're talking about Kai Havertz playing in the midfield, what I want similar performances to Declan Rice. I want that type of consistency because how many times has Kai Havertz played this season and completely ghosted? There's
Exactly.
been quite a few occasions. So
Mm,
personally, I don't think that's his position, and I think if you do play him in a more advanced position, I know he played in a
yeah.
few games where when Odegaard was injured, or if you
Yeah.
play him as a centre forward, then yes, that is the expectation. If you play centre forward, that is the expectation to score goals because
Mm,
it's a centre forward. It's a striker.
yeah. Yeah.
But where is that currently? Expectation for me is I expect you to put in similar performances to how Declan Rice does. You
Hmm.
know, that is consistency performing week in, week out.
Yeah.
So
So your assessment on Kai Havertz, it's not solely on scoring goals. It's based on putting in performances and maybe chipping
mm,
goals as well when he can.
yeah.
I want to get your true picture. So is it a picture you're painting right now that he needs to put a performance and he needs to chip in some goals, or he needs to chip in goals?
Yeah. So where we have him currently right now, left centre mid performances, and yes, getting a few goals here and there, you
Here and
know,
there. Okay.
and assists as well. Because he just how he was doing it against Lons, for example, right? I saw a
Mm,
much better player, and people say, "Yeah, it's only Lons," they're playing a Farmers League or whatever, right? But how he was doing it against Lons, right, is just not only because he scored, but he had a very good game because of his movement as well. I was really impressed with. He looks a lot more sharper.
mm,
The way how he's getting in, creating some big chances, actually getting into the box more,
yeah.
and actually having and being confident. So that is why I asked him when he plays there. And as I said, I don't want him to play there, Tony. I don't think that's
Mm,
his position. I think we can use him a lot more better. Well, what I saw maybe this start of the season in the Community Shield as a centre forward, and when he came on
mm,
against Man City as well,
mm,
in the centre forward role because he played very well both games in my opinion. So
yeah.
listen, when he's in this left centre mid role where Arteta clearly loves to play him there, I expect consistent performances, and as I said, getting a goal here and there as well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, Malia is here, our friend. See, this is my friend on Instagram. Yeah,
Mm.
she's down here with us, and she says, um, "Hope you're doing good, Tony Cloud." And yes, Malia, Malia, thanks for the support you give to me on Instagram. Yeah, big ups to you, lady. And she also says, "Hope you're doing good." I am doing good, and it's nice to have you for the first time on my show. And she says it's going to be a great game. Yeah, the one against Wolves. Me and Josh will be dissecting that one. Yeah, because Wolves, yeah, they're different cat. Yeah, in the pond. So we have to, talk about that. MILF. Okay, I have to be careful the way I talk about this. Myth. Okay, I said MILF. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay, it's myth math. Right? So myth math. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not on my glasses. Yeah. So Myth Math says hello, Tony and Josh. Yeah, big ups to you, Myth Math. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button too. Mostly if you're coming from Josh channel. The assembled had something to say to you the last time.
Mm.
So because I want this to be as engaging as possible. So the assembled said, Ateta put him in against poor opponents. It will be rinse and repeat against Wolves. Excuse to drop and inform Trossard. Steve, Trossard is the next question. But scoring against Brentford, yeah? Scoring against Learns, who beat us in the first leg. Are those easy opponents? That- Like,
I mean,
I'm,
for a
I'm,
club
I'm
like
talking in respect to the question that
yeah,
the assembly put forward.
I think for a club like Arsenal, yeah, we should on paper we should be beating these types of teams. Um, but with
Brentford was a London derby, mind you.
Brentford, the London
And
derby,
it's very, very hard to beat them in
yes,
the VTech Stadium. Actually, it's a
yes,
fortress this season.
yeah. I mean, they've been fantastic at home as well, and they've got a great manager. with Thomas Frank. I think he's a
Thomas
great manager.
Frank. Mm.
And the way we performed against them, as we know, was absolutely disgusting, bro. That was a horrendous performance.
It was horrendous performance,
Mm.
man. Shameful.
So I think poor opponents, yeah, I think we should, as a side of Arsenal Football Club, be wiping the floor with these types of teams. No disrespect,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. Okay, good. The next one is Trossard, because inside that same question, he also chipped in this big question about Trossard. Yeah. When Eddie Nketiah was out, Gabriel Jesus out, this guy Trossard came in, gave us a few good performances, also chipped in goals too. Went
yeah,
to the international circle, scored a goal for Belgium, came back, and now he was removed from that number 9 slot in the first match. That is against Brentford when we came back from internationals, right? He wasn't in the number 9 slot yet again. Just look at the disrespectful way Mikel Arteta has treated this guy. Mind
mm,
you, last season he got the Player of the Month for March and couldn't even get a sniff of a start in April. That's how bad it is. That's how disrespected Trossard has been in this football. I'm talking of pants down. That's the disrespect. We've disrespected this guy. Again, it started again. I would say maybe okay, because Kai Havertz scored a goal, yeah. So I would say, okay, maybe it was correct, yeah, good. But still, this guy removed from that number 9 slot, couldn't get
yeah,
a sniff against Learns. It's
yeah.
the disrespect of Trossard. Does it stink right now, man? Does it really, like, how do you see it? Doesn't it stink? Isn't the
I agree.
stench? Isn't the
Yeah,
stench so, isn't it
yeah,
morbid?
yeah. I look. The point is right. Trossard for me is he's an up. He was a fantastic signing, by the way. So fair
Mm,
play for Edu for signing Trossard, but he's a baller. Yeah, what Trossard gives you is like, he's very versatile and all that, but he's a big game player. You go back to last season, right, when he's playing for Brighton. Sorry,
mm,
Simple when he's playing at Brighton. Look, man, had a hat trick at Anfield. He scored at the Etihad. He scored against Arsenal. He scored against us. So he's a big game player. This guy is fantastic. But to be fair, against Brentford, he played in the sort of left centre mid role, didn't he? And
yeah,
honestly, I didn't like him there, Tony, because I don't know about you, but I just kept seeing against their free midfield, he wasn't physical enough. He
exactly.
kept getting bodied off the ball, and I was like, he
Exactly.
clearly can't
And it
play
was
there.
even for some reason it was being doubled up on. I
Yeah,
was seeing he's a technically gifted player. He's that
yeah,
kind of guy. I'm not saying his dribbling skills are hyper, but he's that kind of player that can, scoop one or two things,
mm,
out there, conjure some certain magic. He could scoop around players, move around intelligently, maybe not dribbly in a dribbly way, but or in a tricky way, but he knows how to get past players in a very
yeah.
smooth way, right? But in that game against Brentford, it was being doubled up on. His physicality wasn't really there. We didn't really see those crosses. We didn't even see the shots either.
Mm. And then, yeah, obviously, he did get moved in the game towards, I think, when Martinelli came off, he was playing more
Yeah.
as a winner, and
Mm.
he played a lot more better there. So just because Arteta played him left centre mids, I think against
Yeah.
Nürnberg in MLS All Stars, doesn't mean it's going to work against a team like Brentford, who have a fantastic
Mm.
home record, right? Who are
Mm.
who are managed by a very, very good tactician in Thomas Frank, right? Who knows how to set up against the big six so-called teams, right? Doesn't mean it's going to
Yeah.
work there. And it didn't. It didn't work out. But Trossard, yeah, he's been disrespected. He's been, and look, this is not the first time Arteta disrespected some of these types of players. Like I can go
Yeah.
back to Aubameyang, Guendouzi,
Mm.
Pepe. There is a few. Those are just ones on my mind. But no, for me, Trossard, right? I think when the team, who did he play against when he put in false nine and he scored? Was it Seville?
Burnley. I think it was
Oh
against.
no, Burnley is Burnley. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Burnley, and he also scored against Sevilla. Also,
yeah, it's what we're
yeah, it
saying,
was
man.
a double. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. In a trot.
Yeah, so for me, right, he for me, Trossard is a big game player for us, right? And I think the way he's been treated, as you said,
Mm.
For me, it's a shambles.
Okay, do you think Trossard is looking at the whole situation right now and saying, I'm not being treated properly i- in this football club right now. The manager doesn't clearly doesn't respect me. I believe I can do quite much. I'm not getting any younger actually. The European Championships are coming quite near. I need to solidify my space in that Belgian national team, definitely. So I need game time. Uh, Do you think he'll be thinking like, hey, I, I want to put a transfer request by January?
Mhm.
Mostly since Arsenal are talking of bringing in a new striker by January. That
Mm.
that automatically throws him down the pecking order at Arsenal Football Club. What do you think?
100% agree. I
Mm,
definitely think, yeah, you got to always look at the player side and, look at their situation as well. As you said, you made a great point. The Euros is coming up. We've got the draw tomorrow as well. Like he's going to be playing. He's a big part for Belgium as well. I mean, you saw in the
exactly.
national break, he got like 4 assists. So he's a big player for Belgium and he's a big part for Belgium. And he looks at him thinking, yeah, I'm not getting enough game time here. Because let's be honest, right? As you said again, we're getting a new striker in. So we'll have not only Jesus there, and then hopefully someone like Ivan Tony or Oshman, whoever it's going to be.
Yeah.
Then you have Eddie still here as well. He's not going to get really any game time in false nine. And
Mm.
then the only game time he's really going to get is he's got to challenge a very, very good player, as we know, in Gabriel Martinelli on the left hand side.
Oh my God.
So I look at it and I think, yeah, this guy who's a fantastic player for us, I said a big game player, he's going to be looking at these options and be like, yeah, it's kind of limited
I'm
for him.
screwed. I'm screwed.
Yeah,
That
he's screwed technically.
naturally that's what he will think. I'm
Yeah,
screwed. I'm screwed down here because there's a striker coming up by January. That's what we're looking at, right? And if that striker comes in, he moves down the pecking order. There will be no chances for him to play. And even if you want to say, let's put him on that left hand side in the wings, on the left hand side, it's not going to be possible because we have Martinelli, who is, of course, Mikel Arteta's guy. He's never going to get a sniff on that left hand side. But the thing about this same Trossard is that he's a technically gifted player. He can actually play on the right. He can play on the left. He
yeah,
can play behind the striker. That's the good thing about him. He could also play in the left center mid also. So he can play multiple positions in a game if you want him to. But again, we have been looking for that kind of guy that would give Bukayo Saka a kind of like a relief, yeah, a kind of a breather, yeah, because we've
yeah,
seen Bukayo Saka being kicked about, yeah, in this league, yeah, and definitely we know that Arsenal wouldn't be bringing in someone in the January transfer window to kind of like shoulder those responsibilities for Bukayo Saka in terms of giving him, a rest when he deserves it. Yeah. W- Why? Why? Why can't Mikel Arteta kind of like just employ him on the right to just give Bukayo Saka a bit of a rest? Yeah.
mm, yeah. This is the thing. Like that's another great point. We've been crying out for competition for Saka. No disrespect to Reece Nelson, right? But come on, is he? I said this, I think, last stream to you. He's not the guy when we're playing Champions League football as well as Premier League as well. He's not the guy to really fill in, is he? If Saka gets injured or if Saka needs a rest, for example, right?
Mm.
Someone like Trossard, who, yeah, I mean, I don't think he's ever played right wing for Arsenal. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's ever played right wing for Arsenal.
I've,
But
I've, I've, I've never seen him there, man.
no,
I've never seen him there.
but yeah, that's something that Arteta should try out. Because I think he'd do a decent job. If he can do it on the left, I'm sure he can do it on the right.
Definitely.
So I definitely think we should, but I don't see his manager doing that personally,
You don't
Tony.
see it, right? You don't see it, right?
I see Saka
But
playing every
but
single game.
again, he is Mikel Arteta signing. Like why the discrimination against this guy? Yeah, like he is a typical Mikel Arteta signing. Arteta brought into
Mm,
this football club. So
mm,
so why the I don't know, why isn't he really giving him a chance in this team? Because if he was my signing, I would try as much as possible to make it
mm,
work. The same way he's
mm.
giving Kai Havertz this chance here to actually try to justify that 65 million pounds.
Yeah,
Why not give that same chance to this guy who's your own signing, who you brought in for fairly big money.
Exactly. I just think he just has his favourites. This manager, I think he has his favourites there. I think you know Martinelli is going to play pretty much week in week out.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's class. Martinelli is a class player. Um, but let's be honest with ourselves here. Martinelli has not been the same player than he was last season,
Mhm.
and neither has Saka, to be honest, in terms of their performances. And they've not
Yeah,
been the same. I mean, they've been good, yeah, but they haven't been the same as it was last season. Um,
exactly.
so we know Arteta and Saka, like Saka will play every single game. We've
Mm,
seen how Arteta game manages Saka. We've all had our thoughts on it before.
mm,
Some awful decisions in the past with Saka, but he's the main guy for Arsenal. He's going to be playing week in week out, right? Martinelli
mm.
the same, pretty much.
Yeah.
And obviously the striker, you got Jesus at the moment, who just came back from an injury. You got Eddie Nketiah, who I don't rate. I don't think anyone rates, to be honest,
I
in
don't know.
fan
I
base.
don't rate him.
But Arteta rates Eddie Nketiah. Let's be
Mm.
real with it, because
Let's be real with it. Yeah.
because this guy shouldn't be at Arsenal Football Club, but he's still here because Arteta rates him. This guy Arteta decided to sell Balogun and keep Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, I know Balogun's not been doing that great, to be honest, for Monaco. I haven't really kept up with the French league, but yeah, we can all see. I mean, he rejected 35 million for Eddie Nketiah from Crystal Palace, I think, last summer. So we know that's one of his favourites, right? And I look at it and I think the disrespect from Trossard, I don't understand it. I really don't,
Yeah, yeah,
because
you can't really fix it. Yeah, and that's the bigger problem. That's the bigger picture that we're failing to really understand. But again, we'll move away from Trossard. Jay's in the house. Static is in the house. Static, I hope you're feeling better, my guy. Jay also big up to you. Says evening, Tony and Josh, and also he also says here bit off topic. But are you two guys enjoying watching Jude Bellingham this season? Oof, Josh, talk to Jay, man. Talk to Jay.
man, he's cooking, man. He's
Mm,
yeah, he's got to be. I mean, I can't believe the guy's still like 20, 21. It is
mm.
crazy. This guy is insane. Um, the amount of goals he scored this season as well. Is
Mad. It's
on the big
mad.
stage, playing for Real Madrid, and he's scoring that many goals. He's got to be
12 goals in 15 games.
It's crazy. He's got to be the best midfielder in the world. Seriously, this guy's got to be one of the best in the world in terms of in his position. No, he's absolutely superb, and he's only, and the scary thing is he's only going to get better. As you look how young he is. So yeah, it's kind of mad, bro. It is kind of
It,
mad,
it's
but
it's mad. It's mad,
yeah.
and that's the kind of midfielder that we want at Arsenal Football Club.
Oh,
Yeah, so someone that scores a goal, someone that knows how to move, progress the ball, someone that navigates the area. Look, someone that drops the shoulder, looks everywhere, navigates the whole scenario, looks at alternative spaces to progress the ball and score a goal. That's the kind of player you get in Jude Bellingham. Man, I would do anything to have that guy in my team, man. That guy's the guy. But
100%.
see, yeah, Arsenal problems. Let's talk about one. See, you are firm. Even if I do know personally that you have links to Italy. I know you're Italian. You're half Italian or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Uh, I also know that you're a very, very, very big fan of the Italian Serie A. But you know what? Yeah, Arsenal Football Club keeps getting bludgeoned by players. Yeah, from the Italian Serie A. I'll give you one. Yeah, Dusan Vlahovic.
Not for me, Tony.
Dus, Dusan Vlahovic came out today. Yeah, in reports and said that reports linking him to Arsenal. Yet again, he's doing this yet again. And he said in those reports, he said he's not thinking of leaving Juventus. He's 100% focused in staying with Juventus and helping Juventus. Yet another rejection for Arsenal Football Club from this player that has been linked to Arsenal before. It was being talked about that he rejected us, and yet again he's rejecting us again. So see, you're an avid watcher of the Italian Serie.
Yeah.
I'm not an avid watcher. I only watch highlights
Mm.
and some games when I can, in the Italian Serie. what do you think about this player, Dusan Vlahovic? Uh, do you think is that kind of player that we should be getting? And do you think this rejection is coming from a good place in terms of like Arsenal should be going for Ivan Tony, so we should concentrate on that one? Or do you think that we should, still look at Dusan and model and test the waters with Juventus? Since Juventus want Thomas Partey by January, a little bit of transactions here and there could get us that guy for cheap. What do you think?
Right, for me, Dusan Vlahovic is not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. Um,
Mm.
he can stay right there. Fine, you can reject us all you want, mate, but nah, not for me, Tony. This guy, right, was so good, was fantastic at Florentina, his old club, right? He bagged 20 goals in one season. He was one of the highest prospects, one of the kids in the world, right? And then it got to the whole move
Hot.
where it came to Arsenal or Juventus, and you remember he
Mm.
rejected Arsenal and he went with
Yeah.
Juventus. Worst
Mm.
move he could possibly do in his life. He's been absolutely shambles for them, and
Exactly.
his highest goal season is I think 2 years ago, and that was like 12 goals he scored in his highest goal season. This
Yeah.
season he scored about 5 or 4. It
Yeah.
could even be less than that.
I
He's
think
been
he has
absolutely
5 goals in the
5
Italian
goals
Serie
this
A
season
this season.
in Serie A, and the thing is, Juventus are doing well. They're second in the league.
In the
And
league.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah, he should
literally
be scoring
second.
more goals.
And
Mm.
he's not helping at all. Let's be honest with it. He's been atrocious for Juventus. And
For
listen, people.
Juventus, yeah.
And I'll tell you something now, right? He's taller than Kai Havertz, yeah, but yet Kai Havertz has got better aerial stats than Vlahovic does this
Yeah,
season.
aerial
Right?
stats than Dusan
Edin
Vlahovic.
Nketiah has got more goals than Dusan Vlahovic this season. So that
Oof.
just tells you all. At the end
Oh
of the day,
my
right,
God.
this guy is not good enough. I'm not rated him. Is his worst move to ever go to Juventus. It really damaged his career because this guy at Fiorentina was absolutely superb. Um,
Yeah.
and that's not once but twice now he's rejected us. Like, I don't get it. Like,
Mm.
why is Arteta going for someone who not ultimately rejects us in the first place, but then he's
Mm.
gone and said he wants to stay at Juventus? Like, Arteta, move on
Yeah.
from this guy. There's so much
Mm.
better out there, Tony. So much
Mm.
better out there.
Yeah.
So not for me at all. And as I said, I hope he says that Juventus, because he's not good, not nowhere near good enough for Arsenal Football Club, in my opinion.
Okay, good. Now, see the next one, Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey. See, Mikel Arteta said that he's gonna be coming into light training very very soon. Good and okay. Yeah. If he comes back, yeah. Let's just put it this way: if he comes back, yeah, we have him for some time in December. Yeah, good. He's leaving for the African Cup of Nations by
Yeah,
January. Now there's big talk, yeah, in the papers, yeah, that Mikel Arteta wants to do away with Thomas Partey. What's your take, about Thomas Partey right now? Do you think Arsenal Football Club should be looking away from Thomas Partey right now and strike when, you know, when we at least can be able to get this guy off the football club, get a little bit of money also, to come with it? Or do you think we should just keep him, for squad depth? But he's not playing any games at all. This season he's been injured. Almost, he hasn't played even half the season. He has always been injured. And
mm,
I'm not taking anything away from Thomas Partey and
yeah,
his abilities in this team. He's a very, very superb player. But even if I really do think that Mikel Arteta should take part of the blame, to do with his fitness, yeah, playing this 30 something year old player at right back at the start of the season when you have younger guys of 24, 25 running in that space, making this 30-year-old man run through, go on a on a big race with this
yeah,
guys of 19, 20, 25. It's a total shambles and putting this guy on arm's way. Why won't he get injured? Why won't his fitness drop? So Mikel Arteta should take part of that blame. But good and okay. But now we've been hearing all these things in the news. We want to ship him out. I've heard from Arsenal fans, some saying, let's cut our losses. Let's take him out. What do you think? I also saw in the news that Mikel Arteta wants him out. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I absolutely love Thomas Partey. And I said it before, I say it all the time. I think when he's fit, he's Arsenal's most important player, in my opinion. That's just the
Mm,
way I see it. I think he's Arsenal's most important player.
mm.
And I don't know what is going on with this guy. I mean, injury again after injury again. And obviously, we saw at the start of the season again, Arteta. What was he thinking playing him right back? For the first couple of games of the season, like
First three,
first
four
three
games.
games of the season. Why would you play him right back, Arteta? And I said this last time we saw. I was like, we've seen. When we signed Declan Rice, we all thought, oh, great, perfect player to go alongside Thomas Partey. Our midfield, two in midfield, CDMs, yeah, Partey
Mm,
and Declan Rice, and then
mm,
Odegaard in front. We've not seen that midfield since the Community Shield. We've not
mm.
seen Rice and Partey together play and start a match together since
Exactly.
the Community Shield.
I
You know,
think is it since the community or the US tour? Okay, since the community shield, actually. Yeah,
Community
yeah,
Shield, yeah.
yeah.
So, and as you said, he's leaving.
Mm.
Obviously, going to AFCON in January. So,
In
not
January.
only with him leaving, of course, our midfield is going to be very thin. We're going to have
Mm.
Declan Rice, our main guy. We're going to have
Yeah,
Jorginho, Havertz, and then El
yeah.
Neni. So we all know, and we're getting to the replacement in a minute. But Thomas Partey, for me, is Arsenal's most
Mm,
important player, in my opinion, when he's fully fit. Now, this guy keeps getting injured, and that is a big, big concern. Yeah, this guy has been very injury prone over the past.
Josh,
Or has
Josh,
been it.
Josh, Josh, Josh. Will you sell Thomas Partey in the January transfer window?
Not January, so in the summer. In the summer, I think. I think in
In
the
the
summer.
summer? So you're willing to let Thomas Partey go at
In
the
the
end of the
summer,
season?
yeah, in the summer, because I think January we do need another midfielder. That's what I will say. 100% need another midfielder in January. I think that is a
Oh,
big priority. And this is what I'm saying. If we do, why I do it in the summer and not in January is because I look at it. I think we've been Thomas Partey off. Yeah, we'll get some
mm.
money for him, but we need an equally better replacement to come in. Do you really think we'll get someone like Tuchemeni, who I think is personally on a similar level to Partey, if not better, in January? I don't see it happening. I don't see us splashing 100 million for Tuchemeni in January.
I don't see that happening, man.
That's it.
I don't see
It's
that
more of like a
happening.
summer move, right? Because we did it with Declan Rice
Mm.
in the summer, right? Sort of 100 mil.
Yeah.
So that
Mm,
is why I say wait until the summer to get rid of Thomas Partey, right? Because
mm.
then that way we can go and splash the cash and get an actual replacement in who's on similar, if not better levels than Thomas Partey. Because I don't want to get rid of Partey and then we sign someone like Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. I've been hearing
Even
reports.
even Aston Villa don't want to even let him go. The managers
Exactly,
come out to back
exactly.
Douglas Luiz and say, "Hey, Arsenal, or Chelsea, whoever is looking at this guy, we're not letting this guy go away. We want him. We love this guy. We want him to be in the football club, and we're sure everyone loves him too, and we're sure that Douglas Lewis loves this football club." That's what the manager came out to say. So they're giving him that public backing. They don't want to sell him. I don't think Arsenal have up to 80 million to go give this guys for free for Douglas Lewis. I'm sorry, I don't see that happening.
Mm,
For a striker,
mm,
yes, Douglas Luiz is not a striker. At best, he's someone who will come in and give Saka a run for his money. But it's not what we expressly need right now. So I don't see Arsenal spending 80 million pounds for that guy, and,
no,
and that's
no,
the price they're touting him for. So I don't see that happening, man. Do you see that happening? 80 million for Douglas
no
Lewis?
chance. And I think he's about Douglas Luiz. I think he's been a very good player this season for Aston Villa, and that's why I don't see Emery getting rid of him. He's been one of their most important players this season for Aston Villa. So
Mhm.
Emery will not get rid of him unless we want to splash 80 million, which I do not see happening one bit. You know,
Mm,
I rate Douglas Luiz. I think he's a good player, but
yeah,
80 million, no chance.
no
Yeah,
chance,
absolutely no
man.
chance.
That's a stretch. 80 million is a stretch for that guy. The Assembled says something here. Partey's problem is officially injuries, but there does seem to be a mixture of personal differences. Do you see any problem with Thomas Partey in terms of differences personally with Mikel Arteta? Uh,
Mm. I think that is a very, very good point as well. Not only that, and
Mm.
look, I ain't gonna bring this up too much, but
Shout out
I'm
to
sure,
MUFC Global, who's down here with us.
yeah,
That's our guy. He's a
big up
Manchester
to him.
United fan. He doesn't like Arsenal, but big ups to MUFC Global. That's our guy, man. Big ups to you, man.
But yeah, as I was saying, like that's a good point. I think not only just that, I think obviously the whole controversy that party's been going through as well. I'm sure people,
Mm,
all the allegations going around with him as well, that maybe could be a part of it as well. Who knows? Which is why we
mm,
haven't been seeing him feature that much. But yeah, I do agree. I think his main problem, as we know, is injuries, man.
yeah.
He's a very injury prone player for Arsenal ever since he's got it, man. And it's such a shame because, as I said, when he's fully fit, he's one of
Mm.
our best players, man. This guy is so good. I was waiting to see the time where we start a football match with Declan Rice and Partey playing together in the
And
midfield,
party, yeah,
overrunning
exactly,
everywhere.
man.
But we still haven't seen that yet.
Exactly.
And I don't
But
think
again,
we're going to
but
see
again,
that.
do you think there's a personal problem between him and Mikel Arteta? Do, do you think there's infighting amongst them? Do you think there's an issue?
I mean, it's a
Because
tough one
because that's
because
what they assembled is alluding
yeah,
to. So
I mean, could Partey has like an attitude problem? Do you think? Because we've seen in the past, Tony, with certain players, the likes of Aubameyang, Arnse had issues with him, and we all know what
mm.
happened. Got frozen out of the club. Özil had a big attitude problem. Guendouzi had a big attitude problem. So I don't know. Could we see Partey? Start a
But Thomas
problem?
Partey doesn't have any attitude, no
No, I,
problems.
I agree. I don't
Thomas
think he does.
Partey, yeah, he's one of our, personally, I would even give him the hand ban, if maybe someone like Rice wasn't there, yeah, or someone who is vocal, yeah. He's not a vocal guy, but he seems to be a leader. I like the idea of a Thomas Partey, but
I mean,
again, man, I don't know. It's not just worked out totally for him at Arsenal Football Club. And again, man, see, to put such a seasoned, yeah, midfielder, yeah, this guy was touted as the best CDM just last season, yeah. To put him in that right back position, see, man, I really feel that's a big, big, big downgrade. I do feel it will kind of like hurt his ego in a way, yeah. Come on, man, this guy is a matador in Spain. Yeah, came down here, th-
mm,
you know, got to that extent with Arsenal, putting in big performances and big games, and touted as one of the best CDMs in the league by Rodri, and some people were even putting him in spaces with Casemiro. Good and okay. I do rate him in that bracket last season. But to take that same guy, yeah, and put him in right back this season, yeah, gets injured, performances drop, his fitness levels drop. Somehow there will be some personal misgivings. There'll be egos will be hurt.
yeah, agreed. Yeah, I mean, especially like, yeah, you look at Party's point of view. Like,
Mm,
imagine your partying. How, let's be honest. He's gonna have his ego. He knows how good he is in midfield for us. We
yeah,
fans know how good he is in midfield. And
yeah.
when he's at right back, he's like, "Why am I right back?" Like he
My
clearly
right back,
he
yeah.
clearly can't, he clearly can't. He's clearly not a right back. So
Mm,
it's like, of course, like he must have been really pissed off to
yeah,
so
pissed
excuse
off.
my language, but he must have been really
Good,
pissed off
good.
for
Talking
that.
about midfielders, man. This is a dicey one, yeah. Fabio Vieira, yeah. Oregon Gunner is in the house. Big ups to Oregon Gunner. He gets a po. Oregon Gunner,
Big up, man.
po. That's our guy. True Gunner in the house, yeah. The assembled is also still down here, yeah, with us. MUFC Global says something in the chat. He says, I think Edu might spend that sum, Tony. You lot are title challenges at the moment. If you want the league, you have to spend that sum on Douglas Luiz. Do you agree with MUFC Global?
I think we could do a lot better. I think we could do a lot better than Douglas Luiz in terms of spending that type of money. As much as I think Douglas Luiz is a good player, and I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal, 80 million for Douglas Luiz, no, not for me. We can do a lot better than Douglas Luiz, in my opinion. But yeah, um, he does make a good point. We are title challengers.
Yeah,
That is what we need to get over the line, in my opinion. Am I confident with playing the midfield of Declan Rice, Kai Havertz for the rest of the season? Declan
no,
Rice is fine, but Kai Havertz no chance.
mm,
I'm not confident. So 100% think that we need a midfielder. I wouldn't mind Douglas Luiz, but for 80 million, really, I think we could do better than
really.
that. As I
No, we
said,
can do better than that.
there's
It's too
plenty of
much, man.
players out
It's
there.
too much. If
Yeah.
we get in a player with such quality and promise, yeah, with that 80 million, like a certain Cardier above Douglas Lewis, I would say, okay, good. Maybe a Zubramendi. We'll come to that later on. Maybe a Zubramendi anyway. From Real Sociedad, you can see the numbers that guy's putting up. It
Mm.
starts at mind blowing in the middle of the park. Yeah, if we do grab that kind of guy, yeah, I have no problem with putting that guy and slotting him straight up into the middle of of our midfield, because that guy, he knows how to progress the ball. He knows how to play that CDM role very, very well. He can interchange with Declan Rice. If you want him to be a progressor of the ball, he can be. If you want him to move the ball and score some certain goals, he can. He's a hard tackling guy. And again, it doesn't even really need to be situated in that CDM role. He can also advance. He can play left centre mid. You can just put him even behind the striker. I've seen him play behind the striker before. It's Spanish international. He won't have a lingua
Yeah,
problem
he's
with
great.
Mikel
Yeah.
Arteta. They will just talk, 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 and put one or two things together. So uh, I, if I was Mikel Arteta, I will be going for a Zubramendi. It looks good.
Mm.
What do you think about Zubramendi from Real Sociedad?
Yeah, yeah, I do agree. I've been a big fan of Zubimendi. I've been a big fan of Zubimendi. I think, and plus, I've heard we can actually get the guy for around 50 million as well.
50
Um,
million is cheap.
what I
It's
will say
cheap.
though with Zubimendi is, which Douglas Luiz sort of has a favour with Zubimendi, is that Douglas Luiz is Prem proven, isn't he? And Zubimendi, we don't know how he's going to come over and do in the Premier League, but as you said, man, he's been one of the main reasons why Sociedad are doing so well in the Champions League. They're like top
Exactly.
of their group above Inter. They are doing all right in La Liga, but he's
Yeah.
been by far their best player. This guy definitely does need a move away from Sociedad. He's too good for them,
Yeah.
and
It's too good.
I agree. I think he'd be perfect. So going alongside Declan Rice, have Zubamendi and Rice in the midfield. I think that would be very, very good.
He has been one of the most consistent midfielders in Spain for the past 2 seasons. And you know what? Since Arsenal have been, dragging their feet to get this guy, Barcelona have just entered the fray, and they won him by January. So that'll be an interesting one. But I have a problem with Barcelona putting up that cash, because I know they're cash strapped. I know they have a problem in terms of putting up the finances,
Mm.
for that kind of a player, for that kind of price. So Arsenal say have a chance to get it popping, man, to get it popping. So if we can just go in and get that guy, we need that guy. Yeah, we need Zubrimendi because of what I'm about to tell you right now. Fabio Vieira. See, news came up, yeah, in the conference, yeah, in the news conference, just before the Champions League match, yeah, against Lens. A day before the Champions League match against Lens, that's on Tuesday. Mikel Arteta came out and said, "Hey, Fabio Vieira is injured, and he's gonna be injured until at least January 2024." Now, that's how bad it is. People don't understand. People don't understand the problems we're going to face with this right now, because we're winning games. Good. I'm
Mm.
happy with that. I'm an Arsenal fan. I would clap for it. I would
Mm.
celebrate as we're winning the games. But again, we also have to keep our eyes on the squad depth and
Yeah.
problems that are going to ensue when this problem starts by January. Good. Now, uh, El Neni is going for the AFCON by January, right? Thomas Partey, AFCON,
Yeah.
January. um, we'll be left with Jorginho can now
Yeah.
start talking to people from this month, actually, because
Yeah.
his contract is less than 6 months. So he can start talking to anyone in the world to leave the football club. So what I'm saying is mentally he's checked out. So we can't even be counting him as a midfielder that is totally in the game for us right now. Yeah, good. So cross that guy out of it. Emmy Smith Rowe out of the picture, injured. I'm not sure he's going to play this season. I don't care what they're saying in the news or at Arsenal blog website. Yeah, that guy might not play this season again. He's always injured. Good and okay. Throw that away. Now we're left with Martin Odegaard. See, this is a big question I'll ask you just towards the end of the show because
Mm,
we do know that his form has gone down the drain. Let's be factual about this.
yeah, of
His
course.
his form hasn't really been that good. So we're left with Martin Odegaard in the middle of the park, right? We're left with Kai Havertz also in the middle of the park. Good and okay. Fabio Vieira, who should be complementing things by January, is going to be injured. Won't come back until at least the end of January, and by then we're already in trouble. And mind you, January is when Manchester City is just oiling the machine, getting ready to gazum the title, and then we have one midfielder less down to injury. Fabio Vieira injured until 2024 January. What do you think? Take it away, Josh.
Well, Fabio Vieira is another one we just can't rely on,
Mm.
and we splash 35 million for this guy as well from Porto.
Ah,
And he's really, in my opinion, he's not lived up to that. He's not lived up to
mm,
his 35 million price tag, right?
mm,
He's had a
mm,
few decent games, and then half the time I just don't. The guy, I think the main criticism I have for this guy is his physicality. Clearly not physical enough, in
mm,
my opinion.
mm,
Um, yeah, he's very technically gifted on the ball, and all that.
mm.
But when it comes to physicality, not good enough. And again, another one who's injury
True.
prone. I mean, we
Mama
signed this
Flossie,
guy.
good evening. I'm sorry, Josh.
Big
Mama
up, Mama.
Flossie, good
Big
evening,
up.
because this lady has been a very nice lady to my channel, man. Mama Flossie, good evening. Big ups to you. We love you down here. She says evening. Mama Flossie, thanks for showing up. CFCOG says big up y'all. CFCOG, big up to you, my guy. We'll be having our show, the Claude and Nash show, coming up tomorrow after the game tomorrow. So check that out, guys. Yeah, Josh, you were saying something, man. Hit us with it.
Yeah, with Fabio Vieira again, like this guy very injury prone. I mean, I remember when we signed this guy and he was already injured. He had this thing on his cast when he was pictured signing for Arsenal. Like this guy is, and then once again he's injured again. We cannot
Mm,
rely on someone like Fabio Vieira.
mm,
We cannot rely on this guy. And look, this guy again is not consistent enough in my opinion. I've seen him have a few good games here and there, but yeah, as you rightly said, Tony, the midfield in January, we're going to be screwed. Let's just put it bluntly, we're going to be screwed because Akon, yeah, Party's gone,
guy.
Many's gone. We literally can have Declan Rice, and I didn't even realize about Jorginho, but I just remembered you made a great point. He can start talking to clubs. Yeah, he can start talking to clubs, and if he goes, then we are
We're screwed. We're
we're
screwed. We're
screwed.
screwed
We're
because
screwed. We're
Arsenal
screwed.
fans are not thinking about this. Because when I'm saying that Jorginho can actually start talking to clubs right now, and as we speak, they're saying, "Hey, hey, hey, he's contracted to the club. He's contracted, but he can actually start talking to it." And mind you, he wants to leave. See, he wants to leave the football club. That
He
guy's
does.
not ready to stay. He wants to leave. He wants to go to somewhere more hotter. He wants to go back to Italy. Probably maybe it's
Mm,
Mikel Arteta just keeping him in the football club, to be very sincere with you. He wants to live. Players like Kivio wants to live by January. See, Kivio has a place to keep in the Polish national team. Poland has already qualified, as we know, for the Euros
yeah.
coming up, next year. This guy wants to, he already has his chance, his spot in that Polish national team. He doesn't want to give it all away. He wants to go and get playing time. At Arsenal, he's not getting playing time. How will a player develop when he's not even having game time at all? That, that's why players like Kivio want to leave. So by January, we might see a massive player exodus, either on loan or either on serious giveaway prices, yeah, to go out totally from the football club. So in a way, it might not really look so rosy. RD12, that's our guy, and that's your guy too. Josh, man,
Yes.
RD12,
Big up Rory,
great
man. Big
guy,
up.
man, great guy, man, great guy, man. I've seen this guy talk football, man. Josh, probably maybe in the next one we have to bring out the 12 man
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. He's a
come
legend,
around
man.
and put his spin on things, man. I like the guy, man. And he has also come down to my channel to support me once or twice. So
Mm.
so what should we be doing by January, man? So you can see that we need at least two midfielders.
Yeah, yeah, mate. It's
And Arsenal is not gonna get two midfielders by
no, we're
January.
not, we're not, we're not. And we need a striker, and we can. I can even go even further and say we need another backup for Saka. We need to spend more money yet again. Even though we spent
Mm.
700 million since Arteta has been here, we still need to go and spend more money again. And
It's a big problem, man. It's a big problem. And see, what even complicates the whole issue, because many Arsenal fans are not seeing it right now. We won't feel those
no.
problems right now. It's by general we'll feel the problems. That's when the problems will become more visible, because we're winning games now, so things are a bit, under control. So when these players start going for the continental competitions, that's when the problem will come. But
Mm,
even if Mikel Arteta thinks in this way, okay, good, I could employ Zichenko down the middle, because we all
mm,
know that for the Ukrainian national team, Zichenko plays in that central midfield role for Ukraine. So good. Maybe he might say, hey, I don't need to maybe bring in a new player to kind of like shoulder that responsibility in the midfield. Good and okay. It's okay if you can do that. But again, mind you, Tomiyasu is also leaving for the Asian Cup. So it leaves us
mm,
one defender light also. And mind you,
yeah.
uh, Tomiyasu can also play left back also. So it becomes a bigger problem. Who do you fit in down there? Or do you start bringing in Kivior, who wants to leave by January also?
Yeah. This
So
is what we yeah, this is what we got to look at, Tony. Like you made a great point. Zinchenko, play him in the midfield, but then you play in midfield because we binned off Tierney and because Tommy Yasu's going to the Asian Cup. Then who are we gonna play left back? We got literally no
exactly,
one. So it
exactly.
feels like swings and
And the
roundabouts.
former thinking of Mikel Arteta was that Duran Timber was going to come by January, when these guys have already gone for continental championships. But right now, his ACL has been aggravated. I don't know what happened, and now they're not saying he might even not even totally play even the season at all. So it becomes a
Mm,
problem. Who do we put at left back?
exactly. Exactly. This is the issue, man. This issue, and how many times have we sat in the January window saying, I mean, I go back to last season, right? The
Mm,
January window, we should have done more. We could have won the league
mm,
title, right? The season before
mm,
that, in January, we bottled top four because we didn't do what was required in January. Are we going to
exactly.
see the same story again, Tony, where we do not do what's required in January? I really hope not.
Mm,
I really hope this club actually learns, and I hope Edu learns, and I actually really hope we do what's required. Whether that's going to splash in more money, we have to go and do it because we,
yeah.
as fans, we know what we need. We can all see it. So let's hope Edu
We
can see
know
it.
what we need. We know what we need. But again,
Yeah.
are you a fan of bringing in a defender? In the January transfer window, like maybe a right-sided midfielder, because mind you, we're only a William Saliba injury
Oh,
away from a total
yeah.
collapse of the defense. Let's put it out there, guys. See, if William Saliba drops right now, and as we know it, that's the end of Arsenal title challenge. Do you agree in the chart? That's the end. Now, William Saliba is the only right-sided defender we have right now. The other one we used to have was Rob Holding, and I'm hearing in some quarters that Mikel Arteta wants to bring him back by January. Oh my God!
Wait. Hold on. Wait, say that again. Did you just say you want to bring back Rob Holding in January?
I'm hearing in some quarters that he's trying to bring back Rob Holding. That's what I'm
No,
hearing,
mate. He's kidding, isn't
bro.
he? What?
Bro, bro, the things my ears are hearing, man, bro.
Oh my
But
god.
I won't mention that, man. I'll just keep quiet until until we see, bro. I really want to see January, man. January is gonna be an exciting month, bro. So I really need to see. I can't wait to see what happens in January. I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
And another way we could solve it is by just going through that January transfer window and go bring in replacement. It's simple as that. But
Simple.
mind you, Josh, yeah, FFP rules is breathing down our necks. We don't have enough money in terms of big
Yeah.
time cash saved up to splash in the January transfer window. FFP is on our necks because we haven't been doing trade. We haven't been doing smart business. We've not been selling players at the right prices. So yes, lots of outgoings. Nothing is coming in because these players are going for giveaway prices.
Yeah, another great point, Tony. Like the FFP stuff. I mean, it's just it's so annoying, man. Because Chelsea. Look how that they spend 1 billion, right?
Mm,
But they do it smart, as you said. They do it smart business because
mm.
what they put players on like what 7-year contracts or something.
Yeah,
They do it smart. So this is the issue. Now we're on FFP watch. Can we really can't spend another like 200 million, 300 million January? It's not going to happen, is it?
and
Realistically, it's not going to happen.
even the Ivan Tony deal is even in jeopardy right now as we speak
Oh, so
because we
frustrating.
don't have that. We don't have that cash. We don't have that cash right now to spend. The only way we will have that cash is unless the Kronkers actually inject more cash in terms of injecting direct cash, in terms of giving us a loan to use to get that money right now. If they don't put up a loan for us, we're screwed. We're not getting Ivan Tony. We're screwed, totally screwed. So, guys in the charts, man, I need to hear from you guys. I need to hear. But again, see, isn't it laughable? Yeah, that we have players like Cedric the Entertainer in that team, fresh, ready to be sold. Yeah, we have that kind of guy. We have El Neni in this team. What are these guys doing there? It's funny. We have Ramsdale instead of dilly dallying, and why can't we sell him when the ovation is high right now? When people are
Mm,
at least coming in for him, we can get at least nothing less than 40 something. Look at Manchester United; they're having problems with Onana. Give Manchester United this guy, and squeeze and milk them off 50 million pounds. Of
yeah,
for this, why can't we do smart business
exactly.
sometimes? Yeah, and weaken the end. See Chelsea. See Josh. Yeah. See, it's good. I'm sorry, I'm taking your time, Josh, but we really need to talk about these things. Yeah.
Of course, man.
Chelsea. Yeah. Chelsea as a football club. Yeah. They've mastered the art. Yeah. Of doing doing business smartly, and also trying to bring down the enemy. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. They sold Kai Havertz to us for 65 million pounds, but they're
Yeah.
also shipping in a deadwood to us because
Mm,
they know he won't take us anywhere. So we're
mm,
screwed at the end of the day. So you also screwing your rivals as well as getting money from them. And they did not only do it to us, they did it to Manchester United. Look at Mason Mount, a dead player, a dead player. They
100%.
shipped in that dead wood to Manchester United, got money from them, smart business, and also weakened the enemy. That's how to do smart business. When Chelsea came up for Emmy Smith Rowe, where was the smart business there? Arsenal should have sold him and as well give Chelsea an injury prone player. They can't sell him
Yeah.
for a bigger price.
Yeah, but this is the thing,
But
Tony. How
we're not doing it.
this has been like this for years, and it keeps going on like this. In terms of Arsenal outgoings, we don't sell players for enough. I go to a club like Liverpool. Look how much Liverpool, when they sell players, look how much they get for their players. They sold. I think it was either Jordan Ibe, it was either Solanke for about 40 million one season.
40
Yeah,
million. My eyes popped out on that one. It popped
yeah.
out. 40
Yeah,
million.
exactly. Like, if Liverpool can do it, why can't we do it? I think the highest player we've actually got any money for was probably Alex Iwobi for like 38 million from Everton, right? When we binned them off. But that is that. Everyone else we just let go for nothing. It's been a big issue at Arsenal in terms of getting rid of
It's
players.
been
We do not get enough money for
it's a
them.
horrible issue, man. It's a horrible issue. And Chelsea came up for Smith Rowe for 40 million, and we've not sold him, and we can't even weaken the enemy with with an injury prone player. Shout out to Smith Rowe. I do like the guy, but he's an injury
Yeah,
prone player. At least weaken Chelsea. Give them that player. Crystal Palace looking for Eddie Nketiah. Get the money. Weaken that team also. I- Ramsdale. is doing badly. The guy can't even keep. He can't see. The guy can't even keep without making a mistake. Yeah,
Yeah.
his
He's gonna
distribution
want to
is
leave as
poor.
well,
It's
Tony.
down the gutters. Sell the guy to a rival club and weaken that same football club, at least to a big team who needs a goalkeeper. Chelsea Football Club needs a goalkeeper right now. Manchester
Mm.
United definitely they need a new goalkeeper. Onana is messing up. Why
Yeah.
not sell a half decent Ramsdale, who we know is a calamity goalkeeper right now, and weaken? You get both money and you also weaken uh, you know, uh, the enemy. So I don't know, man. The way we do business, it's just so laughable, man.
Mm.
See, we have Wolves tomorrow, early kickoff, 3 p.m. UK time, man. Josh,
Yes.
take us through that one, man. See, Josh, I'll just give you a preamble. Yeah, these guys are looking good. If it was in
Mm.
the Molyneux, I'll be having some certain doubt, but it's not in the Molyneux. Yeah, it's at the
Yeah.
Emirates because they've sort of turned the Molyneux into a kind of like, a fortress this season. Yeah. The big Man City in that same Molyneux, the big Tottenham Hotspurs in that same Molyneux. They've not lost in 5 games down there. In fact, the last time they lost in the Molyneux was against Liverpool. That's 6, 7 games away.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was that was the last time they lost against the last time they lost at the Molyneux. They've kept that place clean. But the advantage Arsenal have right now is that despite our injuries and our injury treatment table looking shabby right now with some important players, it's at the Emirates, it's not at the Molyneux. The
Mm.
susceptible right now, the vulnerable right now. Gomez is not playing. Pedro Neto is not playing. And Lemina is also not playing. That's three
Yeah.
dangerous dangerous players for Wolves that will be out because it has already been said because there's already a press conference that has been done yesterday, and we do know that Gomez is not playing. Pedro Neto is not going to come back from his injury, and Lemina is also injured. Take it up from
Mm.
there, Josh.
Yeah. Arsenal Wolves tomorrow. I'm I'm going into the game, pretty confident. I'm feeling pretty confident going into this game. I
Mm,
do think it'll be a tough game though. As you said, Wolves, no side to underestimate whatsoever. I think under Gary O'Neill as well, he's got them in a respectable position. They're currently sat 12th. Obviously, they
yeah.
beat Man City, as we know. They beat Tottenham. They got some good points against Newcastle and Aston Villa. And they
Mm,
should have really beaten Man United or at least got a point at Old Trafford. But
mm,
the whole VAR controversy got involved with that. Um, it's some big news that Neto's out, because he's their main guy. He's been an absolute fire for them this season. Definitely their best player by far. And obviously Lima as well has been superb for them. Um, but it's all got some other quality like Juan He-Chan's been on some good form. Cunha, a former Atletico striker, was he's been doing pretty decent for them as well. They are a
mm,
very good team, and don't forget, Tony, this same manager, Gary O'Neill, last season was managing Bournemouth, right? He kept them up, yeah, and he got sacked.
mm,
He should never have been sacked, in my opinion. But look, when he came to the Emirates, Tony, yeah,
mm.
he set up perfectly against Arsenal, right? And
Yeah.
they went 2-0 up against us, and it took Reece Nelson to come on and save us and get us 3 points against Bournemouth, right? So
Oh
Gary
my
O'Neill knows
God.
how to set up. He knows how to set up against the big teams this season, all right? And he's going to know how he's going to set up at the Emirates, so no doubt they will play this sort of like low blocks, sort of like tactic, which most teams do at the Emirates. They know, Lons tried it, and
Mm.
well, the PSV tried it. You go toe to toe with Arsenal, you get absolutely battered. So,
You will get battered. You will
yeah.
get battered.
So
Mm.
I do think they'll go with like a more low block tactic, and I think they've got the players to do that. They play like a sort of like a three at the back with wing
Yeah.
backs as well, so they can do that. They're going to frustrate us. I really think they're going to frustrate us. But what we'll say is, I think we'll get over the line. I think we win this game. We go 4 points clear, top of the league. Um, so yeah, by all means, it's a must-win game, and
Mm,
I think I think we have too much of them, and I do think we will get over the line. I do think we will get the 3 points. I'm
mm,
um, I am confident. I'm going feeling optimistic going into this game, Tony, but I'm definitely not underestimating Wolves one bit because I do think they're going to give us a very good game. But it's some
mm.
great news that Nato is that Pedro Neto is out as well, man, because that's a big miss for them, and that's some
That's
great
a
news
big,
for
big
Arsenal.
miss. See, guys, I totally agree with my brother Josh. Static is, churning out some charts down here, and I have to read them. And me and Josh would try to tackle them too. Static says here, Tony, once again, I completely disagree with you. Arsenal definitely have the money. There is still no official report about Arsenal having been completely no money at all. It's all rumors. Josh, you've listened to Static. Static's a
Mm.
great guy, big Arsenal fan, yeah.
Big up Static, man.
What do you think about the statement? Do you see? Because see, uh, see, FFP. See, if we have the money, why will FFP be on our necks right now? Why won't we confidently put up like it's only a football club that doesn't want to win trophies, that
Mm.
doesn't want to up the game. See, why would a club, yeah, have money and don't want to spend the money? Like, why? I want to understand why. But again, look into his statement. Do you think we have the money in our coffers right now?
No, I agree partly with that. I think we do, but as you said, I think the FFP is, we're on the FFP watch. Why are we on FFP watch? Because our business has not been done smart enough. Look at I mean, the primary example was Chelsea. Is that they spent 1 billion,
Mm.
but they didn't get FFP because of how smart their business and
The
how
business
they want to
model
win the
is, yeah.
competitions.
Mm.
As I said, signing players on like 7-year contract deals, for example.
Hmm.
They did it smartly. We haven't, hence why we're on the FFP watch. But I do think we do have money, and I think Arteta has been back that money. I mean, we've seen Arteta has been back with 700 million since he's been an Arsenal
Exactly,
manager.
exactly,
So
exactly.
I do think we do have that money. And I do think, you know, this season in January, we're not going to spend, I'll say, the big amount of money unless we actually, of course, get rid of the players and sell players
We
to make that money,
uh,
in my opinion.
again, we have to sell players to be able to get the money. See, it's not even about having the money per se. Yeah, it's about can you spend that money because you've not done smart business. You can't even spend any amount of money that you even have right now in your coffers. So that's what I mean by saying we don't have the money to spend because we've not, just like Joshua said, we've not done smart business. So it limits us. It totally limits the amount of money we can be able to spend. And that's why there are FFP rules in place. Why are you spending money that you don't have in the first place? How do you get the money? You're not selling players. So are you just getting money from true finances, from cash injection? Why? It should be run sustainably. That's what the FFP rules are looking at. So how can we be spending money that we're not actually generating? It's just coming from a source
Mm,
that we can't explain. And
mm,
that's a bigger problem. So it doesn't matter whether you say aesthetic, it doesn't matter whether you say we have the money. Having the money is different from spending that money. How can we spend that money when our business is not smart enough to enable us to spend that money? And even in your second statement, you've even confirmed what we're actually saying. However, if Arsenal want to ease some pressure, hypothetically, they need to sell unwanted players. It's the same thing.
100%, man.
We can go through the merry-go-round, and it's the same thing. And however, if Arsenal want to ease some pressure, hypothetically, they need to sell unwanted players. El Neni, Cedric, Jorginho, almost go in January. But again, if you're thinking about that, how much can we generate from a Cedric? How much can we generate from an El Neni? How much
Yeah.
can we generate
Mm.
from a Jorginho who has a contract of less than 5 months? So
Not a
the
lot.
business model is flawed in the first place. That
Mm.
it makes this players not even marketable enough to even raise enough money that would even be able to that can even enable us to spend the kind of money we need to plug the holes in our team. It's a big problem. So even if all these guys go away, we can't even get nothing less than maybe 5 million.
Exactly. Exactly,
Except
man.
fact, which team wants Cedric right now? We loaned him to to Fulham, and Fulham, see, Fulham, yeah, Fulham said, oh my God, Fulham said they don't want this guy. So if Fulham, yeah, says they don't need this guy, which other club will come and put in 2 million for this guy? None, no
Exactly.
club. We couldn't
Exactly.
even. We couldn't even sell Pepe, who we even got in, just like Jay said, it's a sackable offense. 72 million. That's how much we got Pepe. And we couldn't even raise even up to 10 million for this guy. So,
Shambles. Yeah, absolute
it,
shambles.
bro, was screwed in that one. So it doesn't matter how much we get, man. We're still screwed at the end of the day. But Josh, yeah, we're coming to the end of the show definitely. Josh, how do you see that game against Wolves playing out, man?
Yeah, so as I said, I think they're gonna make it frustrating for Arsenal. I think
Mm,
we're gonna need to get an early goal in the game.
mm,
I do see us conceding, but I'm very confident that we can get over the line. And I'm gonna go with a very tight scoreline. I'm not underestimating Wolves one bit, and I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for the
mm.
Gunners, man.
2-1 win.
2-1
Okay.
win for the Gunners, man. Yeah.
And again, who's gonna get the goals for you? Are you shameless enough to say Kai Havertz might be getting a goal for us tomorrow? Are you that shameless, bruv? I want to test your gangster right now, Josh, man. I know you're not a gangster, but I want to test your gangster right now. Will you be shameless and say, I predict that Kai Havertz is gonna score a goal? I want to test your heart. I want to see your gangster. Talk to
Kai
me.
Havertz to score both of the goals, Tony.
Guys, you heard it here. You heard it here. Guys, yeah, see, Josh had a very, very amazing show. It's Arsenal Wolves. I think it was a preview you did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a preview you did. Very, very lovely show, man. Guys, you have to go check out that one. And that Wolves guy that came around, man, wonderful guy,
Mm,
man. I've seen that
yeah.
guy with Deji Spores. Is a big friend
Mhm.
to Deji Spores channel. Yeah, so he's had a couple of run-ins with Deji Spores, who was a Tottenham fan. They played Tottenham,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
Tottenham.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So the guy's a quite a good, great guy. So guys, you have to go to his channel. Anyway, he will talk about his channel as we close in right now. Static also says, yeah, hi, hello. Yes, exactly. Too much PR, too much PR talking, too much and not telling the truth and use real facts. See, Josh, completely forgot to ask you about this, man. Tommy Yasu, Tommy
Mm.
Yasu. The club have officially opened contract negotiations with Tomiyasu. What do you think about it? And right now, with his recent displays, do you see Ben White coming back into this space? Do you see him
I
taking that spot? Because, man, seeing Tomiyasu, man, seeing what he has done in recent games, the balance between his attacking prowess, the balance also with his defensive, uh, you know, uh, you know, his aptitude, yeah, his skills, the way he has grabbed that right back position by the scruff of the neck, the way he's helping out offensively, the way he's not just forgetting that he's also a defender also, and he's also going on those overlaps, helping out, placing assists to where assists should go, as we saw in the Champions League, helping the team, even in that Brentford game, the way he was trying to actually impose himself in that game, yeah. He was the only guy I actually liked in that Brentford game. And he has also shown it also in that Learns game, providing assists, providing run-ins, providing attacking options for Arsenal, while also bringing back that stability to that right back position, of which we do know that Benjamin White has had dwindling performances in that position this season. Even if I really do think that last season he put up a very, very big fight in that position last season. But this season, it has been a little bit dwindly. But seeing Tomiyasu, seeing what he has done, Arsenal have started contract negotiations with him. Take it away, Josh.
yeah, Tomiyasu for me needs to. We need to get it sorted. We need to sign him down on a new contract for me. I've been so impressed with this guy. This guy's been super recently. And the only thing I can say about this guy, right, is my only criticism I'll say is his injuries. He can be injury prone. But when this guy's fully fit, he's so versatile. He can play, right back. We saw him do a fantastic job against Lons, overlapping as well. That is what I've been crying out for him to do. What Ben White does, overlaps, can I cross a ball? Tommy actually did the exact same. and got 2 assists from it as well, right? The
Mhm.
defensively, he's solid defensively as well, man. He's very, but not only right back. I see this guy at left back, you know,
Mm,
and honestly, multiple times I've said play this guy left back over Zinchenko because
mm.
he actually can defend Tomiyasu.
He
Zinchenko is
can
very
he
tough
can defend. He can
defensively.
defend, man.
So
Mm,
Tomiyasu playing left back as well. He does a fantastic job there. He can even play centre back as well. This guy, you know. So for me, I've been so impressed with this guy. It's about if he can stay fit. But yeah, he's been superb this season, and I'm so happy for him as well. And I think 100%. Because I have heard some clubs in for him. Like I heard Bayern Munich were in for him.
Bayern Munich were in
Yeah,
for him.
Bayern want him. So
I've
there
e-
is a
I've even
funny club.
heard a trip back to Italy, even for him,
Yes,
like AC Milan and all these
AC Milan.
clubs.
Yes, yes. So there is a few clubs in. So it's very important that we do sign him down to a new contract. I think he's a fantastic player for us, and I've been really
Oh,
impressed with him, man.
do you think he's going to gazump Benjamin White for that position?
I think there's a big possibility. I really do. As much as I rate Ben White as well, because he's definitely made me eat my words as well. When when we first signed him for 50 million, and nobody thought he was really a right back. We saw centre back. For me, he wasn't good enough in centre back. But as soon as he moved to right back, Ben White's been superb. But I think there's a
Mm,
big possibility. As I said, I would prefer it if he'd go left back instead of Zinchenko personally, especially in the big games, because we saw Tomiyasu last season literally
mm.
handle the best winner in the Premier League in Salah,
In
when
Salah,
we beat them
yeah,
3-2.
that's true.
So, he can do it. He can defend. And I think, yeah, Ben White needs to step up. He really does need to step up, Reece, because, when he does, he's been dropped both games, hasn't he, recently? And I don't know if
Yeah.
he's injured or whatever, or if he's just tactical, but Tomiyasu's done an equally better job in the
Mm.
right back since Ben White's
In
been
the
missing. So he definitely might have a bit of competition there as well.
And competition is what we like. One of the problems here, Josh, that we've always had at Arsenal Football Club is that there's no competition for places. So when there's no competition for places, these players can just come up there and put up any kind of performances without no remorse, and they'll look to the bench and they see players like Fabio Vieira, and they're dancing away. They're looking like Kaya Havertz, and they're dancing away. Why should I perform at my utmost best when we have silly players down there at the bench who don't want to play, who are
Mm,
totally injured, and they don't have any idea of what it means to be competition or to have
mm,
competition in a team. So these players can afford to just relax and rest on their laurels, and just give us half-baked performances week in week out. But again, with this Tomiyasu thing rearing its head right now, that's the kind of competition that we want to see at Arsenal Football Club. It will only make Benjamin White better. It will only push Tomiyasu to a better space. See, the last question for the night, Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, Josh. Martin Odegaard. See, we do know that Martin Odegaard have had, you know, a deep in form. His form has totally deep. Yeah, it has deeped in this football club. Let's be frank. Last
mm.
season, scored 15 goals last season, 7 assists, a whooping 7 assists for this football club in the league alone. That's
Yeah,
huge. Big numbers. Big, 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 huge numbers, yeah. Now, this season, yeah, the goals have dried up. Yeah, he scored a goal again in the Champions League. He scored a
yeah.
few, one, two penalties or so. Yeah, but the goals magically have dried up. Let's be frank. The
Mm,
performances have dried up.
yeah.
The assists have dried up. Shout out to Ron Jeremy, who's down here with us. Big ups to you. We're doing fine. I brought in special guest Josh, who's been here before, my big friend. I'll be on his channel very, very soon. Go give him, a subscription. Ron Jeremy, man, he's a very, very great guy, and he's like my brother. Lloyd Ranks, big ups to you, man. One love to you. See, I know Josh. I know you might not maybe like his picture, but the guy is a true fan. He's a
That's
true
quality,
Arsenal
man.
fan.
That's quality. What a picture.
He's a true Arsenal fan. He's a great guy. Ron Jeremy, shout out to you. And Lloyd Ranks is also down here too. Big ups to you, Lloyd Ranks. Lloyd Ranks, how you doing, my brother? See, yeah, what would you say about Martin Odegaard? His form. You look
Mm,
at him against Brentford, yeah. He didn't turn up. He didn't
no.
turn up. I'm not seeing those 1-2 passes. I'm not seeing those. the other guy that would he's not good at dribbling. I clearly understand that. But he's this kind of guy that can progress the ball. He's this kind of guy that navigates his space quite well. He drops his head, he drops that shoulder, looks around and navigates around, tries to have that eagle eye to actually place a pass. Yeah, no 1-2 passes, string passes along, bring together our attacking assets. Even sometimes his link up play is totally amazing. We saw him against Brentford, totally crap performance. We saw him in the Champions League game. Apart from the goal he scored, lovely goal by the way. I
Mm,
he take the cake for that one. I love that goal. Great placing, great way to announce yourself just coming back. Yeah, good and okay. But his performance in the middle of the park wasn't really that. It didn't really tickle my fancy.
yeah,
I actually did think that Kai Havertz had a more better game than
agreed.
Martin Odegaard in that Champions League game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Josh, take it away.
Agreed. I think Odegaard's 100% performance has not been good enough, and this is our captain we're talking about as well, by the way.
Mm,
And I remember, I think I said it on your show when last time I was on there, right?
mm,
Does this guy really suit a captain of Arsenal Football Club? If you think about it, because I get he's a captain for his country in Norway and all that stuff, but I look at other players in our team who are leaders. Do I see Odegaard grabbing the game by a scruff of the neck when it's going wrong? Not really. I don't see that because have we seen that? No, because he goes missing in pretty much every single big game. Let's be honest with it. No, I hate to because I rate Odegaard. I think he's a quality player on his day. But when it comes to the big games and these big moments, does he turn up enough? No, he doesn't, in my opinion. He doesn't. So this season, performance-wise, he's been shocking. He's been
mm,
shocking. He's been not good enough whatsoever. And I look at someone like a leader in our team is Declan Rice, and I believe he should be our new captain. I really should. Sorry, I really do believe that Declan Rice should be our new captain because as much as I rate Odegaard as a footballer, I don't see him as captain material. I really
mm,
don't. Um,
mm,
because he doesn't turn up in the big games. He doesn't turn up in the big moments. So he's not been good enough at all this season. I mean, I gave him a bit of leniency for the game against Lons because and Brentford because all right, fine, he's coming back from an injury. I think he had concussion or something like that. So fair enough. All right, maybe it's going to take a bit of time for him to find himself again.
mm.
But it's just not those games. I mean, it's been the majority of the season where we've seen a different Odegaard to the one we saw last season. And I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. I really don't. I just think if he can sort himself out in the big games, then I'll sit there and say, yeah, we got a play on our hands
Yeah.
because it's all well and good, doing it against these types of no disrespect, these below par teams who we're expected to beat. But when it comes to the big moments, does he really turn up enough? In my opinion, he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And again, see, yeah, he got to have a big game tomorrow. See, every game from Martin Odegaard, that he plays within this space, yeah, he needs to come up with a big performance. He needs to have a big performance tomorrow. He needs to show us why he's the captain of this football club. He needs to show us why he's why he's our creator in chief. He needs to show us that. We need to get that last season Odegaard back because I think that's what's drawing us back. If we get that guy back, I think we'll be in a good space. Or Josh, don't,
Mm,
don't you think so? I think that's just the final
100%.
jigsaw. If we get that guy running up and running again and start creating, it, and also we should also foreshadow bringing in Ivan Tony. If he gets his act together, we get Ivan Tony, bro. We'll look dangerous. We'll look
100%
dangerous.
agree.
Yeah, we'll
100%
look
agree.
dangerous. See, yeah, guys, yeah, we've come to the end of this show. See, Josh has been answering hard questions. That's real talk, yeah. Hard question. I know it's tiring for him, but hard questions because I really want him grilled when it comes down here, man. So, and of course, Josh, I told you, man, he's a big, big maneuverer. He knows how to maneuver these questions and he knows how to,
Cheers, man.
he knows his onions, man. And that's the thing about, YouTubers that put in the work because this guy puts in the work. So there's nothing this guy doesn't know about Arsenal and in
Mm.
football in general. Also, you can also catch him too doing lots of stuff with the Serie A. He loves the Serie A. In fact, I actually like you doing watch alongs for the Serie A than the Premierships. I
Yeah,
see your attitude, man, when you're doing anything with about the Syria. I see that big passion, you know, with you when you're doing shows that cross shows that get into the Syria. I actually see, that passionate Josh, man, even more than a British game. So one of these days, man, to be good to join you on one of those your watch
yeah.
alongs, man. And shout out to Onome. Onome says, "Heard you guys have a new signing, banking in goals, and was cheap at 67 million." Okay, keep looking for our trouble, Onome. Onome, we have to have our show very soon, man. I miss our show, man. The assembly says, "Josh, remember White got a run at right back because Tommy was injured
Mm,
for the majority of the season. Why he lost his place to Saliba.
mm.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe if Arsenal play Rice, Partey, Odegaard, will come back. Okay, maybe so. Hey, Tony and Josh. Big ups to you, Jordan Heyman. See, Josh, talk to these people. Tell them from where you come from. Let them know who you are, man, and reintroduce yourself, man, to these guys, man. Talk to these people, man.
Tony, I want to say thank you to you first, my man, because I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you so much for the invite as always. You're a great guy. You're a great host as well, as I said. And I love the questions, and I love this show as well because it gets so
Thanks.
heated at some points as well, which
Yeah,
I really like, man. But yeah, make sure you keep smashing it with your channel as well, bro. And I try my best to always tune into your channel when I can. And as I said, it's long overdue, but you'll be coming on my channel hopefully next week. I'm sure we'll have a little conversation off air about it. But yeah, it's finally time. You're gonna make you're gonna make your debut on my channel, so I'm really looking forward to that.
thanks, man.
But yeah, thank you so much, man, and keep smashing it with the channel as well. Big up
Yeah.
everyone in Tony's chat. All legends in the chat as well. Always supporting him. But yeah, guys, you can find me TrueGooner, literally the name right there. Type up on YouTube and on the road to 6K subscribers, people. I
Big things, man.
yes, I
Big,
do
big numbers.
every yeah, man. I mean, the grind continues because I do it every
Yeah, man.
single day, every day Arsenal
Mm,
content, every day live streams, everything to do with Arsenal, not just Arsenal, as Tony said. Plenty of other content, talking the Serie A, talking La Liga, everything to do with football as well. So everything to do with football you can find on my channel. I bring on some guests as well. I do podcasts, I do pretty much everything. So if you're new and if you're not watching this new right now, come over to the channel, give me a sub and I would really appreciate that. And yeah, road to 6K subscribers, and the grind continues. And as always, man, thank you so much for the invite. Really enjoyed it tonight.
yeah. See, yeah, guys, yeah. Shout out to this guy, man. I just placed a call to him and said, "Hey, man, I need you back on my show." And he didn't even hesitate. He said, "Man, I'm popping into that show, man." And and also, I also want him to be things out and we'll clear our schedules and see what is going to happen because I clearly like me and his style. You see how we talk football easy, without much hassle. Even if it gets heated, we know when to press the brakes. So guys, go to his channel, go support him, go watch all his shows because this guy's doing great things. Yeah. uh, Guys, you know me, when I go to work, come back, I do a couple of shows, yeah, good and okay, but it's not I put the kind of effort this guy's putting, man. This guy's really putting big effort on his channel, man. So guys, go support him. True Gooner, Josh is his name. Yeah, support him also on Instagram. Do you have a TikTok account?
Yeah, it's literally the same. Just type up TrueGooner on TikTok and it'll come straight up as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He's also on TikTok. Definitely, you're on Twitter also, man.
Twitter, yeah, everything Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, obviously YouTube. It's all the same handles. Literally
It's all the
TrueGooner.
same handle.
Type it
Yeah.
up,
So
you'll find
guys,
it.
please, I beg you guys, go support him, man. Onome, please go support our big brother, Josh down here, man. And big ups to all of you. Thank you for joining us today. And I have a show, with Nas tomorrow. Our show comes back live tomorrow, the Claude and Nas show. So join us after the whole games. We'll be looking at, we'll be taking a big, big, big assessment of the whole games that will be played tomorrow. So that should be around 8 or 8:30 tomorrow. So join us. From me and Josh, we are out.